All right, so this is an interesting point being brought up from a competition standpoint, in that it is about relative performance compared to the AI global arms race, if you will. How exactly are tech companies in Europe at a disadvantage compared to their peers elsewhere because of these regulations?
From my perspective, the fact that Europe is perceived as a safe haven with regards to data privacy, data protection, and data security is actually a competitive advantage. So it's about strengthening that. We have customers all over the world trusting us with their data to make sure it's protected and safe. So I wouldn't categorically say there is a disadvantage per se, and there is regulation, of course. What is, however, very important is that for business AI, and that's what we do, we need to have an AI approach which is relevant. It has to be reliable and responsible. And these three dimensions have to be brought in a reasonable balance. And so that balance is what we talk about here.
So if you're talking about that balance, have you and the other members, your peers in signing this letter, had any discussions about what the framework could look like to be better than what the current framework is now?
You would not be surprised if I state that SAP, given that we are the largest digital company in Europe by market cap, has, of course, discussion on these topics with all the stakeholders that matter, and we voice our input into that. And of course, for us, it's super important, given that we want to be the leading provider in AI, that the businesses need that AI to become more competitive, that we make ourselves heard to frame the discussion.
If that's going to be a discussion, then what kinds of discussions need to happen between you and those regulators, and what exactly would the outcome be, do you think, that's optimal for the coming 3 months, 6 months, year, 5 years? This is the early stage of the AI race right now.
Yeah. I mean, the challenge we are facing is that Europe has more recently been on a trajectory of having quite a burden on regulation. So I can quote the CSRD, the kind of regulation around the disclosure on ESG topics, where we as companies have been flooded with requirements, and where, frankly, the use of this regulation is sometimes not understood. I personally have never spent much time with investors going into details. And sometimes we miss the main points, which, for instance, on that case is that we need to decarbonize the planet and that we should really focus on that. Now, in AI, even I'd say on the EU side, there is now an insight that we have to come to that balanced regulation to make sure that the relevance, responsibility, and also the reliability of the data is preserved. And of course, if you strike the wrong balance, that can be a big problem. They understand that. And even in the most recent Draghi report, there is a really literal quote saying that there is too much inconsistency in that regulation and that it can actually impede companies from thriving. And that's what we are currently tackling. So I think AI regulation is important. Data privacy is important. Europe is a safe haven for that. But it needs to be in a very smart and balanced way. And this is why we sent that letter. That message had to be passed.
So a new report, Dominik, from Bain puts the global projection for AI spending on products to as much as around $1 trillion by the year 2027. I'm looking at this report right now. How exactly then do you plan a business like SAP's looking to capitalize on that kind of spend?
Well, what we do currently is we lay the foundation to really have the pole position to capitalize on the opportunity you've just characterized by that kind of humongous number in business AI, to really make sure that we can bring solutions to the customer as fast as possible. And we don't want to have hallucinations in this area. You know, in business, it's not like in consumer business. We need really trusted sources, one source of truth of data. And that's what we're currently working on. We have about 60 scenarios, use cases already out there in the market. There will be 80% of the most frequently used SAP use cases in our Copilot Joule. So we're really investing heavily, 1 billion euros on top of our normal R&D budgets to accelerate this trend and to capitalize on it.
Okay, it's a huge one for sure. Before we let you go, Dominik, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, because it is in the news today, and you are currently, your stock, one of the biggest underperformers in the European market today, down nearly 4%. This is partly being attributed to a Bloomberg report stating that the U.S. is investigating several companies, including SAP, for possibilities or alleged price fixing with regard to government contracts with the U.S. military. I wonder if you might be able to give us a comment on the report and whether or not it exists, this inquiry from the Justice Department.
Yeah. I'm not aware of any criminal investigations into SAP at present related to Carahsoft, which is, I think, the case you allude to. What we are aware of course, and what all I can say on that case is that since a while we have been in a civil investigation by the DOJ, and we have fully been cooperating with the DOJ up and until now, and will continue to do so.